guys, welcome to the second video when we reacted to the Dream Manual is Fake, and we saw this video, so let's react to it.
Eating something good, like some good loot. He gave me a yellow shulker box. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!
What?
This is the most OP drop ever.
These are the funniest fake Minecraft speedruns
Oh my god,
ever.
let's see,
Oh my
let's see.
gosh, it's a diamond end portal. That's so rare.
I've been exposing
Wait, Diamond End Portal? And then, dude.
fake Minecraft speedruns for a long time now. And
Whoa,
I'm
a
pretty
lot.
good at it. So you can trust me when I say that these are some of the funniest I've ever
What is
This
this?
first runner starts by immediately looting a village and finding fire resistance
What?
potions in the brewing stand of the church. Remember these for later. He heads to a nearby lava pool where there are strange block placements that are clearly fake. These grass blocks are already perfectly set up for him to build a portal, which he does and uses to enter the nether. Once he's in the nether, we can pretty clearly see a bastion. But if we look a little closer, we can actually spot an existing nether portal out in the distance, showing us that he already entered the nether before the run. The runner bridges toward the
I actually
bastion,
didn't see
but
that.
he ignores this entire section of it and bridges all the way to this very specific room where he
Why?
finds super overpowered
What?
loot, as well as ender pearls in a separate chest. He heads to a nether fortress next.
Oh,
where
he
drinks
switched
one
it
of
up.
the fire resistance potions from earlier to help fight the blazes. There seems to be a ton of blazes, which is explained by the second blaze spawner that we can just barely see if we squint a little.
Oh,
Blaze
yeah, I actually see that.
The runner heads to the
Wait, let me show you guys. You
clear
didn't
to
see.
help fight the blazes. There seems to be a ton of blazes, which is explained by the second
See? The second one. Wait, but why does the first one doesn't look like there is? Oh wait, no, there is one.
blaze spawner that we can just
There-
barely
there
see
it
if we
is, like,
squint a little.
it's like
Once
in
he
the
gets blaze rods
flames.
he needs, the runner heads to this very specific spot with a little indent in the terrain that was pretty obviously made by him for a nether portal. Sure enough, he builds a portal and it brings him into this cave, where he is able to mine straight down and right into the stronghold, where he doesn't get the achievement for entering. This next runner starts
Bruh.
the run by immediately digging into a buried treasure and getting a ton of good loot. They swim to a nearby shipwreck next, where they find an insane amount of iron. But instead of heading to the nearest land, the runner swims in a different direction and eventually finds a ruined portal that was not visible from where they previously were. The runner loots the portal and heads towards a village where there are 1, 2, 3 golems, more than a village of this size should naturally spawn with. The golems also don't fight back when being attacked, which further proves that they were spawned in. We can actually see that this farm here has water with no blocks under, and yet the water stays in place. Leading me to believe that the runner world edited this farm in, and this is simply a resulting glitch. The runner seems to messily cut their recording and then finds a random librarian villager that has impossible traits. Also notice how the runner leaves the village without collecting a single bed. Weird. The runner enters the nether next,
Yeah, you
where they
need-
spawn
you need
right
beds
in
for the
fortress. They
ender
grab what they
fight.
need and head back to the overworld, where they prepare to approximate the location of the stronghold. But halfway through, they just give up and run right to where the stronghold is without using any eyes at all. The rest of this run is normal, so let's move on. This next run starts off normal, until we see in the runner's inventory that they forgot to clear their circuit. Things really start to get weird when they enter a ruined portal and end up in the back rooms.
What?
Oh, nah. Let's switch things up a little. This next runner is playing in the mine a chunk speedrun category, where the goal is to, well, mine a chunk. They spawn right in a village where they find chests with gunpowder and diamonds, both things you can't find in a village. They use the diamonds for a pickaxe and use the gunpowder for TNT. Next, the runner picks out a spot to mine, but it's pretty clear that they've already had this spot cleared out, something that's made obvious by the lack of grass compared to the surrounding area, and this terrain here that seems very unnatural. The runner starts to dig and eventually uses the TNT to clear out blocks, but things get weird again when they find a pretty big cave that just makes mining this chunk out even quicker, and then eventually a second cave that is huge, which clears out like half of the chunk. I guess we know now why they picked this chunk. This runner starts by looting a nearby pillager outpost and heading in the least optimal direction, into the mountains, but it pays off because they end up finding a very convenient village and ruined portal. They complete the portal, but
What?
remember this for later. They loot the village and then mine down in a very specific. It pays off because they end up finding a very convenient village and ruined portal.
Look at this portal. Look at this portal. Tell me this portal is sus. Look, like you only need to mine these two. Ruined obsidian. I don't know. Crying obsidian, I think. And then put free place, the 2 good obsidian and 1 good obsidian right there. Like, that's really good.
Complete the portal, but don't light it yet. Remember this for later. They loot the village and then mine down in a very specific spot where they find infested stone, something that is impossible considering they're in a meadows biome and not in a mountain biome. And then they eventually mine straight into an ancient city, a new addition in the 1.19 version of Minecraft. The runner finds diamond blocks in the center of the city, something that is possible, just not in this specific spot, as well as blaze rods, which are not possible to find in an ancient city. But maybe the runner thought they could get away with it because of how little people know about this new update. The runner heads back to the surface and enters the portal from before and proceeds to kill some endermen. But if we look closely, we can just barely see an enderman spawner that the runner clearly missed. The runner heads back to the overworld and locates the stronghold, but notice their XP bar as they mine down. Yeah, they clearly cut their recording, most likely because they died once they entered this cave that actually almost kills them again. The runner searches the stronghold for the portal room for a couple minutes until eventually they pause and stare at a wall before turning right back around and walking directly to the portal. Just from looking at the video, it isn't entirely obvious that the runner cut the recording while staring at the wall, even though it's made pretty clear by them suddenly being able to easily find the portal afterwards. But if we take the footage and look at it in an audio software, we can see a very blatant cut. Alright, let's move on. This next run comes from an old friend of mine, Epic Minecraft Dream Pro Speedrunner, whose fake speedruns I've covered in past videos. The run seems pretty normal at first, aside from the heavy metal music playing over it. But after some digging, I found that the world seed is straight up from a website with the top 20 Minecraft 1.19 seeds. Right here. Epic Minecraft Dream Pro Speedrunning finds a ruined portal and the chest has... I'm not even going to explain this one. He finds piglins whose traits seem tampered with, as he's able to get ender pearls super quickly. He grabs blaze rods and eventually builds a portal to return to the overworld, but when he enters the portal, he is right in the stronghold. I got this next run from the actual speedrun.com moderators, so it's gotta be good. And it is. The runner spawns at the bottom of a lake, which is just not possible. He's right next to a village that has an insane number of iron golems, as well as an insane number of villagers, probably just there to cover up for the iron golems. Only 3 minutes into the run, it changes to nighttime, showing us that the runner has been on this world for a lot longer than it seems, as Minecraft days are supposed to last for 20 minutes, not 3. He heads to a
10 minutes, not 20.
Already complete, something that is just not possible. The runner heads into the nether, where you can spot a space in the ground that was obviously originally a portal. He finds a fortress where 2 blaze spawners are right next to each other with nothing in between, making it very easy for him to get a lot of rods extremely quickly. The runner finds a bastion where there are just no piglin brutes, and he trades for what he needs and then heads to a very specific spot that is clearly already set up for a nether portal. He returns to the overworld and locates the stronghold, but only has 1 eye left. Oh, but it's fine. That's all he needs to complete the portal. The chances of this are incredibly low. Once he's in the end, the ender dragon already has some of its health gone, which seems pretty weird. Okay, let's move on. This next runner starts his run by heading directly to a ruined portal, which seems strange because this portal was not visible from where the runner spawned. Had he known to run right in this direction, the runner makes the bizarre decision to head right into the nether before he even chops a tree, where he attempts an advanced speedrunning technique where you use the pie chart in the F3 menu to determine what direction the nearest bastion is in. Typically, this technique is pretty complicated and requires some thinking, but the runner ignores all of that and just spams keys randomly. He even goes into spectator mode by accident. After he pretends to locate a bastion, he finds one where there seem to be very few piglins, as well as some pretty overpowered. You'll also notice that the spawner in the So the runner heads back to the overworld, where he also notices that the spawner in the bastion is spawning blazes instead of magma cubes like it's supposed to. Because of this, the runner is able to get both rods from the bastion as well as, of course, ender pearls. He has everything he needs, so the runner heads back to the overworld, where he starts to head towards the stronghold. He stops at a village on the way, where he collects a bunch of beds, before eventually getting all the way to the stronghold, where the silverfish spawner and the lava in the portal room are strangely missing. Subscribe if you enjoyed.
Okay. Alright, so thank you guys so much for watching. This was a... Wait. Before we end it again, let's see the comments. Better possible to respond. What the better don't know exact number source. Burning in a lake is possible better players. And I wasn't just... So... The first one isn't that funny to me. Yeah, at least try to hide it. But he did that. Also, props. Wait, isn't it that speedrun which found the thingamabob?
Please give me something good.
Ender pearls in it. Sure enough, he builds a portal and it brings to
Oh, yeah.
golems. More than a village of this size should naturally spawn.
Okay, well, I have to end it because I have something to do, and I'll see you guys next week.